Naoya Inoue just dog walked the Mexican. You don't really hear that being said. The Japanese fighter dog walked a Mexican fighter. You don't see Mexican fighters getting dog walked. Um, yeah, what a performance there from Naoya Inoue. He is one of the greatest of this generation, without a shadow of a doubt. Absolutely unbelievable fighter. Unbelievable. In my opinion, he is the pound for pound number one right now. He's absolutely unreal. And, you've got the people saying, oh, who are some of these guys? It's just the guys who don't really know these lighter divisions. But Picasso was a game opponent today, but he got dog walked. And Mexican got dog walked tonight. That is what happened. And yeah, Naoya Inoue just beat him absolutely everywhere. He just beat him everywhere, didn't he? Beat him up in mid-range, beat him up at long range, beat him up close. He just beat him everywhere. I feel like at long range, Inoue was just countering Picasso as he was walking in with the jab all the time. And again, Picasso was doing well. He was level changing nicely a lot at times, going to trying to work the body, but he just fell short a lot. And Inoue would box well off the back foot here and there, and I feel like got a lot of success off the ropes. But yeah, his movement, his angles were just fantastic. The mid-range shots, the mid-range uppercuts were fantastic. And honestly, the 3-4 phase attacks were absolutely fantastic from Inoue throughout the fight. The pace that he kept for all 12 rounds was unbelievable, really. Absolutely unbelievable. Picasso arguably took the first round, in my opinion. Other than that, didn't take anything else. Did not take anything else other than possibly the first round. It was that convincing from Naoya Inoue. Again, Picasso's a very game and good opponent, but he just got dog walked and showed levels by the best pound for pound fighter right now in boxing in Naoya Inoue. He just got showed levels tonight, and Inoue, in my opinion, pound for pound is when you clear out the entire division that you are in. Usyk, in my opinion, is number 2 pound for pound right now. He's basically cleared it out, but I feel like there's still a few names such as the Wardleys, the Caballeros, and then pound for pound. But Naoya Inoue, there's basically there's no one, no contender, no one that he can fight and beat now, because he's beaten everyone really in the division. Obviously, Nakatani's now moved up, but again, he's a bantamweight. Inoue has basically cleared out everyone at super bantamweight. There's now that Nakatani fight, but still, right now, Inoue is pound for pound number 1 in my opinion. Definitely, he's got to be. He's got to be. Skill for skill, I feel like he's the most skilled boxer right now. Look at what he can do. Look at what he can do. He's just dog walked a Mexican. He beats down opponents at their own game. Beats down the opponents at their own game and shows you levels at your own game. That is what happened. But a lot of the time, obviously, Inoue fought his own game a lot of the time as well. But he just showed everything. He showed everything. He showed everything he can do. That's what he was able to do. And Picasso, in the end, again, he couldn't change anything up. Inoue just kept on adjusting and kept on. He's very different a lot of the time. Picasso didn't know what Inoue was going to do. He didn't know if he was going to come and beat him up in the pocket. He didn't know if he was just going to stick around at mid-range and land some big shots, or if he was going to box at range, work angles, come in at mid-range. It was a very confusing, and it was very confusing for Picasso. A very confusing performance that Inoue just put on for Picasso, who was in front of him. It was a very good performance. The jab was fantastic to the body. I feel like that was a key shot for Inoue that set up the uppercut. That was very good. He was throwing those shots off the rope a lot. When he was on the rope, threw the jab to the body, came in with the uppercut, changed angles. Picasso couldn't keep him anywhere. And he got dog walked in the pocket, Picasso. I can't even say got out slugged, because it wasn't even like that. Inoue just got in there, beat him up in the pocket, got out to mid-range, got the uppercuts in. Was honestly, he was fantastic. The variety that he had. Picasso could not read him. He couldn't read him. And again, Picasso wasn't bad tonight. Obviously he lost every single round, but he wasn't bad. He was not bad. He was, he proved himself to be a top level fighter. And I want to see him get more big opportunities at super bantamweight. He's got to, because he is very good. He was unbeaten for a reason, and he was in the position that he was in for a reason, and he proved it. But Inoue is levels above everyone in the division. There's no shame in the performance from Picasso. You look at the MJ performance. MJ absolutely schooled over 12 rounds. You then look at Cardenas. Inoue just beat him down. You just look at everyone. TJ Dehaney, Inoue just read him easily, TJ, he kind of let TJ start well, got a read on him. Then again, just kind of beat him at range, beat him at his own game. He's just he's unbelievable in Inoue. You just don't know what you're gonna get from him. And again, Picasso was very durable. He took some big body shots tonight. And again, I feel like that's got to be said. The body shots, and that is, a big part of the dog walking that Naoya Inoue was able to put on the Mexican today. That is a big part of it. Honestly, the right hook to the body, absolutely brutal. I've already said the jab to the body, then, bringing in the uppercut behind it, was consistent. And he was so quick with it as well. So quick with it. I just feel like, we just get even better from Naoya Inoue every single time. And I feel like every single time we watch Inoue, he just shows a different level, and he just gets even more impressive. It's absolutely unbelievable, to be honest with you, what he is bringing. But yeah, 4 fights, 4 wins for Naoya Inoue in 2025. Absolutely unbelievable. Your John Kim, Cardenas, MJ, Picasso. Unbelievable. The resume is very good. People just don't see enough of it because they just don't care about the lower weight classes enough. And they're like, oh, who's he beating? Is no one mentioning he's just beating nobodies? These guys aren't nobodies at all. This was a game Mexican who came in, but got dog walked by a guy who is just levels above everyone in boxing and levels above everyone in the division. You've got you've got right now the best guys: Inoue, Usyk, Bivol, and that's my opinion. That's my top 3 now. Terence Crawford's retired. He'd be in the top 4, but yeah, that's my top 3 right now. It's got to be. I feel like these guys are levels above a lot of guys, to be honest, skill for skill wise. Honestly, unbelievable.